Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Spy Fiction. Last time, well, we couldn't stop Nicholas from getting killed again. What happened in the prologue ended up happening this time as well. So let's take a picture of the corpse. I mean, of our dear departed friend, Nick. Okay, let's try to go after Scarface. We know he went out this way. He said he was going to the airship. However, Dietrich did delay us by a bit. Wait. I see what you're doing. They were not quite crafty enough to outsmart Billy Bishop, master of spies. Two staircases we can take. We'll go up this one because there's an open barrel that we can use for disguises. So let's disguise yourself as either question marks or question marks. Well, the important thing is that we have Michael's sweet cap and night vision goggles. They look pretty good on Billy. Some sentry guns. Let's see if we can take them out. Yeah, the power box is right there behind those bars. Just see the corner. Okay, apparently I can't shoot it from here. Let's try to get around without getting spotted by the Okay, so much for that. Because who needs stealth, really? Billy Bishop doesn't. I wonder what these guards were waiting for. They know that the castle is under attack. I mean, they had to have heard Delta Force coming in and shooting everyone up. Were they waiting for someone to give them the word to come out? Well, I guess that the word has been given. Alright, let's take out the gun. Yep. Alright, so there are some ammo behind those bars, which we can... Well, we don't have the gun for that but we can, yeah. We can pick them up by crouching against the bars for some reason. I don't know why it needs us to do that, but whatever. Oh. Hold on. Alright, let's try this other set of stairs. More sentry guns, of course. Oh, but the power box is very visible this time, so let's get that. Oh, more ammo for the Orion, which is very good. We will want that. What? Oh, he must have saw the body. Didn't think about that. You know, if you kill an enemy, the body disappears, so if I just use a normal grenade, he would not have seen anything.
We might have an intruder. All teams, search the area.
Alright, in any case... anyone coming? Yeah, okay. Kind of figured someone shooting me from behind. Yeah, probably, but let's get this guy first. Okay, you. I think that's everyone for right now. Anyway, the way we're supposed to go is up here. However, since we're in an alert, that door is locked, so... Hey. Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna wait here until the alert is over, so we... Yeah, so let's just stun these guys so they can't be replaced. Little scorpion claw. Okay, now we're gonna wait here for the alert to expire. It's almost over, and I think we'll cut out that that time spent waiting for this, because that took a while. Alright, and that's done. We're away from those guards, and now we're into the final area of the game, where it's all metal and the music is sped up. So you know that things are about to get serious. Let's see. Yeah, use a... large? Yeah. Okay, I figured that was a large. I don't think any of these barrels have garbology, or can be jumped into at all. Alright. And if you don't recognize that from the outside, and there's no reason that you would, that's the crime blimp. Yes, it turns out that Enigma took the metropolis after the events that took on board of it and flew it here. I don't know what happened to the guests that were on board, because there were a lot of people taking a vacation on board it. I would assume that they were all killed. So hopefully that included... Sorry. Hopefully that included that arguing married couple. Well, I mentioned way back then, it seemed like they made a bad choice for their vacation destination. So yes, the crime blimp is no longer being used as a floating casino, but now a floating terrorist death ship.
God, it's positively uncanny. A cheap imitation of me.
Father! Why did you abandon me? I thought you were dead. At the firm, we heard so many stories about Scarface. You're a legend, a god. How could you do this? I looked up to you every day of my life. I wanted to be just like you.
Sons should honor their fathers. Would you agree, boy?
Honor? Huh. How can you talk about honor after you've committed such sins?
What sins are those? What about the sins committed against me and against my betrayed battalion? How will those sins be repaid? You say what I do is a sin?
I don't know, but there's no way to justify your actions. I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
You gonna do something about it?
Yeah, even if I die trying.
So be it. You'd better ask God for forgiveness then.
Alright, it's time for Billy's final battle against his father. And first things first, let's get what's important here. Got your picture. Unfortunately, there's no place to change costumes around, but I Find it kind of funny that we can get Scarface's costume data. Alright, now, hold on, wait.
Take that.
Yeah, so Scarface has a hell of a melee attack. Let's try to avoid that.
You're losing. Freeze.
Now, there are two ways we could face Scarface. An easy way and a hard way. Being that this is Billy Bishop, of course, we're gonna do it the hard way. The hard way essentially consists of Billy Bishop and his father standing in front of each other and shooting each other. That seems like the way that this family would resolve disputes anyway.
Everything I had was taken in Operation Desert Falcon. My arm, my battalion, my future. Those sadists incinerated us like trash. Only I escaped. Now it's time for revenge. You never forget the excruciating pain of burning flesh. This is for the American government. My retaliation.
Isn't that just like Billy Bishop's father? Lose your arm, replace it with a giant gun. Got your picture. Alright, yeah, we want to avoid getting hit. Alright, this is a thing that he does. Billy Bishop's dad flies. Yeah, he flies. Alright, you might have noticed there are two Hydras that have... Okay, you might notice that Scarface is about to give us an enormous drop kick. But since we're already on the ground, I don't think that's gonna hurt us. Yeah. Right, so there are two Hydras that have popped up, and on occasion they will shoot us with their lasers. They will no longer do their slow missile attacks, so we don't have to worry about that. The laser attack, actually... It's not so bad because since we're hurt from that, we hold on. Since we're hurt from that, we don't get hurt by his dropkick. Yeah. Like I said, we want to avoid getting hit by Scarface's melee attack in this mode because it hurts a lot. Just kind of want to jump away if he comes at us. So, okay, we're out of, yeah, let's use the Magnum. Okay, so this really isn't too hard. Just when he starts flying, aim at him and shoot. And, you know, maybe try to avoid those lasers, if we can. Okay. Hit us a little bit with that melee attack. I do really want to avoid that. Alright, so we got plenty of ammo for the mag. More than enough to finish Scarface. Whoop. Where'd he go?
Come out wherever you are.
No, there he is.
Show your face so I can kick your ass.
Enough! Stop!
What do you mean enough? It's not enough. No one will ever stop me now. This balloon is nearly bursting with lauder. Shall I press the auto-destruct? Yes. The metropolis is my very own lauder bomb.
Father, stop this!
I'm afraid it's already too late. Son, this is for all the men who were lost in my battalion. What are you doing?
Meet Jacob. Dr. Coleman created it. It neutralizes lauder. I will save you from this final sin. I forgive you, Father.
Damn it!
Where did Billy jump to?
Nicholas! Look at it. It's incredible.
So, is it finally over?
I certainly hope so.
Days following simultaneous attacks on 4 nations in the UN Security Council, Enigma falls, and the world is safe once more. the Secretary General offers his sympathies to the victims of the attacks. In response to the Lauder incident, Nanotech Incorporated releases a statement denying culpability. They implicate Chief Systems Designer Dr. Forrest Kaysen as the mastermind behind the development of Lauder. Nanotech Incorporated is forced out of business as a result. Through the diligent efforts of Dr. Alice Coleman, the world is saved from the imminent threat of Lauder, the Purple Death. Peace and tranquility prevails as people return to their normal lives. The U.S. disavows any knowledge of Phantom's role in this affair.
So, game's over. All the loose ends were tied up very nicely. Right, so Enigma is done because its leader Scarface is dead. All of its subordinates appear to be dead as well. Lauder's all been destroyed. Most of it was at the Colombian base, but the rest of it was in the metropolis itself, which was destroyed. And as you saw, the Lauder was absorbed back into the life stream. And just about, it seems like, yeah, happy endings all around, I guess. So, as we can see, Swery's style of directing seemed to have changed quite a bit between Spy Fiction and Deadly Premonition. In Deadly Premonition, it seems like the part about, you know, directing the voice actors, trying to get a good performance out of them, seems to was more of an important part of it. With Spy Fiction, it didn't seem to be that big of a deal. Though actually, the voices for the English release of Spy Fiction are much better than the Japanese release. So, obviously, though, the personality of the characters was not really the big deal in this game. It was mostly about the gameplay, about the spy stealth action, which it wasn't bad. I mean, obviously, it was a copy of Metal Gear Solid, and they were trying to make a game in that vein. It was, but like I said, it wasn't bad, but not really great. I was playing this game because I liked Deadly Premonition so much, and I wanted to see what Swery had done before that. And like I said, it does seem that he improved quite a bit from one game to the next. Even though a lot of people say that the gameplay in Deadly Premonition is not the best. Alright. But of course, I think that it worked better in Deadly Premonition than it did in Spy Fiction, because in Deadly Premonition, you can pretty easily just mow your way through everyone, if you so choose. And really, the main focus is on the investigation, the cutscenes, the characters, and things like that. Spy Fiction, the main focus is the spy gameplay. So I think that there was a great improvement in his directorial style between one and the other. Also, the story in Spy Fiction seems a little bit disjointed with the whole finding out about Billy's father at the end, even though we didn't know that Billy didn't know who his father was. Introducing the main villain in the last few minutes of the game. I think there were some things that they tried in this game story-wise that didn't really work. But Deadly Premonition was a great improvement all around, which is another reason why I'm very anxious to see if Swery gets to do another personal project like Deadly Premonition, to see if he may have improved since then as well. Oh, right. there's another ending, a true ending to this game that you get when you play it a second time. You see, when you play through Spy Fiction a second time, this time after you beat each level, Billy loses a piece of clothing, and then at the end when he confronts Scarface, it's a whole different thing. Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to see what the true ending is, of course, but I'm not going to record the whole second run. I'm just going to do that off camera. And next time, we're going to see the ending of the second run done with Sheila. I'm going to play through the game as Sheila, get to the last level, Castle Wolfgang, as her, and then we're going to see that done to see what the differences are, and to see what her battle with Scarface is like, and what the true ending actually is. So, there is a little bit more of Spy Fiction to come. So next time, we're going back to Castle Wolfgang to see... well, to discover the truth behind Spy Fiction. See you then.